The season explored more of the relationships. I felt like the first season was getting to know this town and the kind of crisis and everything that was going on. The focus this season was a lot more internal.
I think everybody's starting to lose it a little bit. I think tensions are rising.
The Dukes are kind of broken up. Chuck's a remnant of what he used to be, in terms of his leadership in the community.
Chuck has naturally changed from the first season. He's lost his family, he's gained a brother. But at the same time, I think he's really calmed down a little bit, and he was always the one to think with his heart before necessarily thinking with his brain at times.
Other characters, somebody like Franny, who was more obedient and sort of looked up to Gordon, followed his direction, really takes a turn into a different direction as she gets older and sort of rails against some of the strict rules that Gord imposes.
Franny, out of the way!
No! Stop!
Franny, we need to lead by example.
You have to go through me first.
Out of the way!
No.
In the first episode, Adam suggests to Wiley that they leave Pretty Lake, or attempt to leave Pretty Lake.
In order to convince Wiley, Adam actually keeps a pretty big secret from her. He doesn't tell her that he's immune.
Enter Liam Cullen, who comes in mysteriously and says, I have a cure. Very early on, we knew we wanted to bring in a scientist from the outside. That was sort of the overall concept for the second season. What do you do when someone says they have a cure, but how the hell did they get in, and can you trust them?
Things get very complicated with Wiley and Adam and Liam as the season evolves. There's a big love triangle.
And that was another one of the elements that we really wanted to add in and weave into second season, was up the romantic stakes, as it were, and let's see those relationships evolve.
A lot of Adam's decisions come from hurting Wiley and feeling that doubt, and then feeling her completely turn on him when she goes to Liam and kind of says, this is the person I trust now.
I think Liam coming to Pretty Lake with this potential cure for the virus has created this sort of polarizing atmosphere between many of the different groups in Pretty Lake.
Adam, put down the gun.
How do you know his name?
I worked with your father. Wrong answer.
Initially, I think Liam feels that Adam is the first person that he has to win over.
Chuck and Wiley seem to be a little bit more easily persuaded, and so when they start to side with Liam, Adam feels betrayed and hurt.
Wiley's sort of the first person to trust Liam. I think in a lot of ways she sees that there's really not much hope anywhere else, and if left to their own devices, everyone in Pretty Lake's gonna kind of self-destruct.
Yeah, my guess is once these crates are open, we're all dead, okay?
That makes no sense, okay? I'd be dead too.
Yeah, he's right. You guys let him open it.
But all is not as it appears with Liam, and it never is throughout the whole season. And then we introduce another character, Renee, who has always been a bit of an outcast in Pretty Lake. I mean, off the grid, a prepper or survivalist.
I haven't been through this area before.
Well, what are you doing out here?
Searching the abandoned houses for food. Pretty picked over around my place.
We wanted to have this other character that would play opposite of Ronnie.
Renee for Ronnie is a huge change in season 2. There's a real attraction, but he is also very skeptical and concerned and doesn't trust her either, because he doesn't trust anybody.
She's got this love interest with Ronnie. They're both like meant for each other, bad to the bone kind of characters.
I think that initial moment when they see each other, there's this feeling that she's never experienced before, this kind of flicker in her heart and butterflies in her stomach that's like, this is new. What is this? I want to learn more.
I think he's really taken aback by her beauty and how fascinating and interesting she is, and he's also very fast to make a move at the same time, because he's not afraid to do those sort of things. The arrival of Renee will show much more three-dimensional Ronnie, that he is a person desperate for love like anyone else.
When Tracy meets Renee, she's a little bit wary of what Renee's intentions are, because also, that's her brother. She's got to look out for him and the little bit that they have at this point.